you.
Hello, everybody. This is episode 3. We are the United, and we're talking about men versus women. I know it's a really complicated situation due to the fact that, we're asking for equal rights and trying to make sure that, we get them. And I'm talking to a lot of people today. I'm not really going off of the community of, that why it's just the male community and the female community. Just getting the idea of, what's generally, being said. Have some great questions for everybody. Might hold a little bit of controversy. I just want everybody to know that this is all love, and this is just basically just getting stuff to be more understood. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, how I feel about the men versus women is that today sometimes men we trump the women in certain aspects, and women trump the men in certain aspects. That way, we are two different creatures. We have two different livelihoods. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of things in this world is geared to one or the other. You know what I'm saying? And it's really just basically getting a grasp of that and understanding this. And I honestly know, what I'm saying, from experience of me being a man and staying for a man, there's a lot of things that, come across like, oh, well, a woman can do that, but they usually don't, you know what I'm saying? Or women talking about getting paid and stuff like that more, which I have no problem with. I have no issues with anybody getting paid for a job that they're actually going to do. Never had an issue with that, you know what I'm saying? I'm all equal rights. I tell people all the time, like, hey, I don't believe in just because you're a man or woman. If you here and you working, you're going to do whatever the job is. You know what I'm saying? If you need help, somebody can help you, you know what I'm saying, on both ends of the situation. So yeah, we definitely will have a lot to talk about on this episode. And I'm so glad that y'all guys are here with me on episode 3. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for being great followers, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely cannot accept anything but whatever you give me. So I thank y'all, and we're gonna get on into this episode. I'm not gonna hold y'all too much. I have a lot of great people who are gonna be speaking. I have a lot of things that we are talking about and stuff, and you will get to hear a little bit more of my opinion on certain things. So I'm looking forward to y'all listening. Hope y'all love it. Thank you. Hello, everybody. This is Timothy Knox with We Are the United, episode 3, Man versus Woman. I have a special guest with me to talk on the man's side. You know what I'm saying? Rooting for us. So you can introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Octavius Hinton.
All right. So we can just get straight into it. So the first question that I have, because of course we know men and women have this thing now, and with power, is who do you think has the most power?
I think men and women have both have power because they both contribute to the world and society.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely makes sense. I guess I can see that because in ways men kind of have their power, and then women have like a certain type of power that they withhold too. So yeah, I mean, I could definitely agree with that one. So we can move on to the second one. I mean, that was kind of quick. You kind of breezed past that one. Do they truly want equal rights?
Yeah, women want equal rights as well as men because women feel as though nowadays they're independent, so they feel like they're obligated to have the rights as men, and they should be paid equal as in job, as in any aspects of anything dealing with the workforce or anything that grabbing towards as women rights. They have a choice now to they feel like they're equal or feel like they obligated to equal because they had I think it's me woman rights or something when they have me my body my choice as in like they feel like it's their body, so they have the rights to have children or feel like they don't They don't need the man to tell them they can't have children or they not to have a choice for wars and abortion and all of those things.
The government, they fighting them.
Yeah. So that's what's going on in the world today. So I do agree that women do have, they truly want equal rights for everything because they're entitled to that. Not to say that men are not entitled to that neither, but everybody's entitled to equal rights.
Yeah, and it's really not just about women wanting equal rights. Men want equal rights. I mean, honestly, and I feel like men, they probably wouldn't mind equal rights. You know what I'm saying? Because when we talk about equal rights, and I say this a lot, it's more than just, pay being equalized and stuff like that. It's actual duties and the work duties that you have when you're getting paid this certain amount of money that everybody is acceptable to, not because you're a man or you're a woman. And that's my whole thing of equal rights. Is therefore we're not going to withhold you for a gender because you are a gender. You know what I'm saying? We're taking it out the question now. It has nothing to do with gender. So if you sign up for this job or if you sign up for this position, then you're going to do whatever their job is, whatever their position is. And there's really no complications because you know what you got yourself into when you signed that job.
But still, women still are the lowest paid. Black women, in general, are the lowest paid in the world or in America.
But honestly, black women. It's also black women who work in the same field as I work in, and they get paid just as much as me, and they don't even do half of the shit I do. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of give and take.
That's different jobs, though. That ain't just one job. You can't just say that because the black woman is the toughest person. Like, they get treated wrong. And they the mother of the earth. Like, everybody came from a black woman.
Yeah, been taught by them and stuff like that. I ain't trying to take no rights away from them. I just want them to realize what they're asking for.
But they're not asking for nothing that we don't ask for.
I mean,
let's be okay. Even though I'm a man, let's be equal across the board.
Yeah, I'm being very equal.
Women need their rights too.
Yeah,
as well as we need our rights, and they feel as though they're not getting paid enough or respect or whatever it may be. They're not getting their justice respect because if you look back, like the man is neglected from some people in their lives because of slavery or because of the rights of white supremacists. So they're not getting what they're supposed to get. They already have to deal with raising the children, the family, if the father is out the picture. Then they have to find a job. Then they have to find food. Then they got to deal with societies and the children not getting killed. In society. So they have a rights to a lot of they don't have rights to everything.
But my whole thing is, yes, I understand that, but there's men out here also who have the lives and families that they have to worry about. But see, that's the whole part of this. Once you talk about equal rights, we're not going to give you a leeway because you raised a child. Like, it's men out here who raise a child too. My whole thing is, if it's equal rights, it's equal rights. I don't think women or men truly want equal rights because I don't think men want to be able to be equal with women, number one. I know a lot of men won't. And then women by themselves, I don't think they really are ready for that responsibility for that equalness.
But then that goes back to how you feel as a person. Because you got some men that will stand toe to toe with a woman that y'all grind together. So y'all make it a power couple.
Yeah.
Then you have some men that feel superior, feel like a woman should bow down to them or be submissive towards them. Yeah. When all equal to y'all both can be submissive to each other.
Yeah, can be very submissive to each other and be equalized. Especially me and being a bisexual, one a man and woman. Of course, they're gonna both have to come with the same type of thing. So equal rights. It just seems like with me, it seems different than what a lot of people kind of make it seem like. A lot of people make equal rights seem like it's women rights. But my whole thing is, if that's what you want, we give you your own rights. But
So you're saying in your question, do they truly want equal rights? So you're saying in general, you're just saying does anybody want equal rights? So you're not just saying a woman.
Yeah, woman and man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody wants equal rights.
Okay. All right.
But on the women's aspects, a woman do want rights because they feel like they're being neglected. And that's understandable. And men do feel like they've been neglected. They looked up as a different picture. They looked up as, you were saying, a thug, or all of this type of stuff. Yeah. And some men are not like that. Some men are educated educated. Some men have master's degrees, doctorate degrees,
Yeah.
have some business about themselves. So they want equal rights too. So I understand what you're saying as far as in that on that part.
Okay. Well, we can move on to the next question, which is the influences that they have on the world of men and women.
Both, both parties have influences on the world.
What are they basically?
Is it style, hair. You know, women getting back to their natural roots.
Yeah, I'm trying to get
Afro-central.
yeah, a lot of afros is coming out.
Afro-central braids, natural hair. Instead of being texturized by the white man conspiracy trying to dye their hair or trying to put perms in their hair.
Yeah.
Because I know I was reading an article when they tried to put a little child out of school for braids.
Oh, wow.
And the little boy mother called her going ham, and the father was going ham because they was telling that the little boy looked like a whole little girl, but that's his natural aspirates, his natural hair with his braids, and they wanted him to cut it.
Oh my!
So yeah, I feel like their influence is across the board. They're influenced through music. Yeah. They're influenced through every aspect in life because of how they impact. And truth be told, the black African Americans are more influenced than any other race.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, honestly, I feel like what you're trying to say. I get what you're trying to say. You're trying to say the black community has influenced the other races.
Yeah.
More. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. I can definitely get that. I mean, yeah, because I mean, regardless of, like I say, men, women, they definitely have a big influence when it comes to like the pants being sagging. You know what I'm saying? Being more open with showing body skin and stuff like that. A lot of men have been influencing other men to finally step into that aspect of doing stuff like that
and embracing that feminism.
Yeah, a lot of that's been going on. Yeah. And then with women, it's been a lot of more of the kind of the same thing. It's like embracing yourself, embracing your curves, being a big woman, and just loving yourself. You know what I'm saying? And being proud of whatever thing you got going on with yourself. So I mean that's really one of the biggest influences, and the sexual influence that men and women have put on this world now is very big too. So
yeah,
cause that whole shit is the thing now. Hot boy summer, hot girl summer. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. That actually came from the women. You know what I'm saying. Women actually gave that up. You know what I'm saying. They showed that. Not necessarily.
It's been around.
Yeah, it's been around.
But it just got to the point where it flips.
Right.
Because that hot boy, they, you know what I'm saying, it go back to like the music.
Mm-hmm. Music is definitely influential.
Music is an influence, so it had always been around in the male. It's just the female took it and put it into theirs.
Damn captivated on that thing. Yeah. Okay, shout out to Cardi.
I always say Cardi. I say the first person that actually could do that, I would say Lil' Kim.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It was definitely a lot of them. You know what I'm saying?
But Lil' Kim,
Cardi's the ones doing it.
Cardi doing it now.
And Megan, but Cardi is really the top line right now.
Yeah.
But okay, we move on to the next one, which is the men and women styles and activities. Like, so men styles versus women styles. Like what?
So you got the top brands now that, you know what I'm saying, Versace, Balenciagas, Prada. Mm-hmm. Some of them, like Chanel and all those stuff, some of them come from gay black males.
Yeah.
And, these females rocking it.
Yeah.
So, and the aspirates, they actually contribute to each other.
Yeah.
Then you have the activities where they're proactive, you know what I'm saying, the movement that's going on, Black Lives Matter. You have activists that's going around that help support women with the abortions and other stuff that's going on with the you have like celebrities that's getting into it with the justice system. They're trying to free the people that have been incarcerated for the wrong reasons. So you have like different stuff that women are doing, then you have different stuff that men are doing that help the brothers and you have mentors that's helping young children that's trying to mentor them into grooming them to better men and having positive leadership around them so they can have people that they can look up to. and actually get them out of dangerous situations and communities that have gang related and all that stuff going on.
Yeah. I mean, then also you have to think about more of what's the name? Yeah, the men are creating these styles, but majority of those top brands, don't make clothes for men.
No, they don't. They make clothes for women.
Yeah, they make clothes for women, but I don't. And that's one thing I never really understood when it came to the style is why does the women get way more of a choice of styles? Like men can't rock certain shit. I mean, now men are starting to actually wear female clothes.
I wouldn't say that because now they're more into themselves. They were actually doing their own style. They're creating their own style and being their own self. You know, back in the days, they didn't have all of that. They had a one set of mindset, or you couldn't do that. You'll be judged of a certain type of way. But now you doing your own style. You have your own mindset, your own brand, and you have people creating their own brand to move it to the next level.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like with men though, we got the underwear. Like they definitely gave us the underwear, so like we can show our ass off. So we got some underwear down, and we got some new different style jeans and stuff. But honestly, the basics.
The underwear was our that came from jail.
I mean, the actual sense of it, but now the actual labels. I mean, the name brand people they make underwear for us. You know what I'm saying?
Versace.
Yeah, they make all the underwear for us, so we can show off our ass and she show that we got $300 worth of underwear on. You know what I'm saying? But and activities though, I mean, honestly, I think it has been a big fluence between the both because like a lot of women are doing like hiking now and going out and. Doing all types of
getting back into the bodies.
Getting back into more of the physical
aspects.
Physical activities, and then men are also going to get their nails done. They're getting groomed, going to spas and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff that has alternated with that when it comes to open the doors for the activities. I'm gonna go ahead and go to this last question. It's about the privacy and the punishments and how they are different between the two.
Okay.
So men and women privacies, how is that different?
Men privacies is different from women privacies because men don't trust women or women don't trust men.
I mean, yeah, that's a way to say it, but I mean, far as the privacy, like, I mean, I finally went into a woman's bathroom. And they get couches, and they got these big ass mirrors and shit.
Oh, that part you talking about.
And I mean, I was going to the men's bathroom. We just got something simple, like what I'm saying. Hell, here you go. You throw us anything. I mean, honestly, I feel like when it comes to privacy, the world caters more to women for their own privacy. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad they finally start putting the baby stuff in the men's room because. Hell, we can't go in the woman's bathroom, and if we gotta change our child, then what the hell, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's definitely I love that they're starting to get it. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if the women gonna get a whole lounge, we might as well get us a lounge in there too. I mean, I know people think weird about men just standing in the bathroom, but
nah. It go back to I remember we having a discussion the other day. You were saying the man cave and the women cave, and they have different stuff that you can go to have privacies, and those aspects are set up for they can have me time for themselves, well as women can have me time. Mm-hmm. But some privacies sometimes do get violated.
Yeah, they do probably get violated, but I mean at the day the women have a
lot more privacy.
A lot more. Okay, and then. Violations on a woman's privacy is very more strict, which is to the next part of the punishments. Yeah. The male punishments versus the women punishments.
They're more lenient on the women.
Yeah, they
than
really
the men.
They are.
Because us men get treated like punishment as far as in law wise.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter about color.
Yeah.
When it comes to men and women.
No, it do.
No, it doesn't matter about color when it comes to men and women. Women will always trump over the men.
But that's aspects. No, because a black man can get treated wronger than a white man.
Yeah, but that's when you're talking about a man on a man. But
no,
a black man going against a white or black woman, the black man gonna lose. White man going against a black woman or a white woman, the white man gonna lose.
Not necessarily.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No, we disagree on that one. Cause
I mean now the durations of how you're going to be punished. Might differ from your skin tone. But the punishment is still gonna lean towards the man before it leans to the woman.
No.
When it comes to law, when it comes to even in corporate offices and stuff like that, when you do something like a woman come and grab a dude's dick, she is not going to get that big of a issue if a dude come
Man, go grab
grab her
her.
coochie, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I understand what
You
you're
know what I'm saying?
saying.
So at the end of the day, it's just a whole different look of men get worse their punishment because I guess we're supposed to be the tough and this and that. But understand, if we were gonna be equal, then this shit gotta change. I'm tired of.
Yeah.
Cause bitch, you put your hands on me, and not trying to call any woman a bitch. I'm just saying, but if you put your woman on, I mean, you put your hands on me, when I put my hands back on you, we should have the same respect. That's
Yeah.
what we did. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You open that door, let's open it. You know what I'm saying? Don't open that door and try to close it when I do something to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you like, oh yeah, well I'm a woman, I should be able to take your hits. No, I shouldn't be able to take nobody's hits because nobody needs to be putting their hands on anybody.
Yeah. True.
Well, I thankfully thank you for getting on here. We had a lot to talk about. You want to say some last minute things for the people?
Just trust in yourself and be yourself. That's all I can say. Or isn't trusting like everything that you do and be motivated and keep pushing.
Yes. You want to tell everybody how to find you?
My name is Jartavius Hinton again. You can find me at on Facebook at Dion Diamond, or you can find me at _ the Prince 478.
All right. Well, thank y'all guys for tuning in, and I definitely will be ready for the next conversation because this one seems like it's going to really get good. And what I will say on this behalf is, men, we have to be accepted for the women, but women, y'all also have to realize that y'all are not going to want to do everything. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things that y'all only want men to do. So I mean, that's just something we got to put in consideration.
Okay, I understand.
Okay. Hello, everybody. This is episode 3. We're talking about men versus women. I have the pleasure to have my sister on here, y'all, representing the L and the LGBT. You feel me? We up in this bitch. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
What it do, everybody? My name is Mr. Now to be exact, aka Marky, aka goddamn Maserati. You already know.
All right. So I'm just going to jump into the questions and we'll get this done. So the first question, who do you think has the power?
Females always.
Okay. And what makes you say that?
What makes me say that shit? That the creation.
Yeah.
They the creators. Shit, if you want to get technical, yeah, they say they was men before woman, but what how that man became, that's just like asking the same question: what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's definitely true. That's a way to definitely think about it.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. Well, you kind of answered that one a little quick.
Because I mean, it's self-explanatory. You feel me?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't, because I mean, I understand that the women had the
Men ain't shit
men,
without
but
women. You know what I'm saying? Like, how their offspring's gonna be produced if they didn't have a woman?
yeah.
They
I
can't have
mean,
a they can't have a baby with a man.
yeah, unless they adopt,
I mean,
which is still came from a woman technically.
scientifically speaking, they could, but you know what I mean. Like, it's not gonna be the real thing.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about it, a woman and a woman can have a baby without a man.
Yeah, I mean, you still gonna have to use
So
the male sperm.
you really don't. Come on, look that shit up, bro. Do
So
your
so
research.
you can really have a baby with 2 women without a male being involved. Any part of
Yes,
a
sir.
male. Oh wow,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna definitely
Yes,
have to
sir.
look into that. That's what's up. That's what's up. You shedding light. You shedding some light. Okay, so we can move on to the second question. The second question is: do they truly want equal rights, men and women?
Yeah. But then again, on the argument of a man aspect, no, because sometimes, like in like foreign countries, they don't feel like women can talk back to their men. They get punished. They get penalized for certain things. But that's what I'm saying. Like in the states, yeah, and no, because like I said, um, it's really not a sexist thing. Because just what a man can do, a woman can do. So, but I feel like men take that to the head, like thinking like if a female do this, what the fuck she need a nigga for? You
Yeah.
know, See me personally, me speaking for myself, I'm a female that know how to cook, clean, and do every fucking thing for my damn self. So you know what I'm saying. The only thing I can't do is show myself companionship and stuff like that. But it's just like, what do I really need a bitch for? You know.
Yeah, right. Because
So,
in an aspect too of that being, because I know they say is the difference, the male presentive and the female presentive. When you dating the female presentive women, you know what I'm saying? It's like you technically, you technically on the man's side, but I mean at the day, I mean still, yeah, I get it.
I mean, I do everything for myself. So at the end of the day, I know how to pay my own fucking bills, I know how to clean my own ass, and I know how to clean my own house.
Yeah,
I don't feel like, everybody's definition of clean is the same as mine. What kind of
right.
household we grew up in.
Yeah,
So, looking at how my mom lived and carried herself, that pretty much rubbed off on
yeah,
myself.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so this is a little more funner than the first two. It's not as serious. So, what influences do you feel like men and women have put onto the world? Speaking for the men separately and the women separately.
So when you talk about men, are you talking about straight men?
I'm talking about any man.
Any man?
Yeah.
Well, right now I feel like trans men and drag men put this big toll on women, feeling like they have to wear lashes when they come out the house. Like, me, I like me a natural female. And
Mm-hmm.
females don't feel like themselves if they can't dress up and put all this stuff on and be something that they're not.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know, like the perspective of how people they just need to be in tune with self. Like me. Like me when I go out, yes, I know I'm gonna look good, I'm gonna smell good, but I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh damn, they got this song, I want that too.
Yeah.
I do my own shit. Like it's like the trends nowadays, like, they make it very, very acceptable for people to be themselves, but then you still got those people in the back that's very judgmental
Mm-hmm.
on how people carry themselves. But everybody should know how to carry themselves when they go out into public places.
Mm-hmm.
You
What about the women?
said what?
I said, what about the women influence?
Women, that's what I'm saying. Like they do the same thing. Like they bash instead of giving credit where it's due. They rather sit back and talk shit about the next woman versus like give her comments like she's pretty, or they just
Mm-hmm.
be like, oh, she looks stank, and then did
Yeah.
you smell her ass to know that she stank? She might walk around with a stank attitude because her ass smell fucking delicious.
Yeah, might
You know what I
smell
mean?
good as hell.
So
You
you
know what I'm
can't just
saying?
sit up there and be like, oh, she stink. Like I like growing up listening to my mom and stuff. Like as soon as she sees somebody walk past her, she automatically tweet her nose up.
Yeah.
Like you don't know if that lady just got out the tub. Like like versus giving her a compliment. Why the fuck you so quick to bash her?
Yeah.
That's what's one thing like females don't get along. Like if they put themselves together, they will really run this fucking world. But they too spiteful. They want what the next bitch got, or hating on what the next bitch got,
Yeah.
versus looking at what they got and appreciating what they got. And then somebody might think what they think is ugly is beautiful.
Yeah. 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 I get that. I get that. Okay, so we can move on. So what do you think about far as style and activities go for men and women, like, and how you think that has fluctuated in between the two?
Style and activity.
We can start with style.
Style. I mean, nowadays the styles that guys are doing, like I'm really feeling like, for them to be some homophobe people and stuff like that in the world and stuff. Every guy dress alike, whether they like it or not. If a nigga come out and wear bell bottom pants, they gonna think it's cool. Let's wear bell bottom pants. Like those stack jeans, they don't fit right with me. But those are bell bottoms. They just breathe like history repeats itself. They're
Mm-hmm.
wearing fucking halter tops and bell bottoms. Like, what the fuck? Do y'all really see something wrong with that? Their shirt is like not. They don't wear like. You could tell who's brought up in like certain eras because they still dress in their ways. This new generation nowadays, they got stacked jeans, high waisted pants and shit like they bitches and shit.
Yeah.
And as far as females, females they gonna always do what they want to do as far as style. But like I said, the lashes shit, that shit got overrated. The fucking lace wig junks and they got all different types. Like it threw me off when I just recently went on a trip and seen a panel of fucking eyelashes. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Them shits look like caterpillars.
Oh my
Like
god.
like like you have to really travel with a whole pamphlet or goddamn look which one I want to flip it through the book and shit. Which one I want to put on today. Do I feel
Oh
like
boy.
flying today?
Yeah. And then I know a lot of clothes now for men also are starting to look a lot of more like it was geared like for feminine men in a way. So I
It
think
is.
that's
And
kind of
they still
changed.
wearing it. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying for them to
everybody's wearing
be,
it. Yeah,
you know, like tight skinny pants with the bell bottom flares,
yeah.
long stack ripped pants with the little. Man, I can go in one store right now and show you like I thought that was the whole female store, and it was guys. And I'm looking like, whoa, okay, I would never buy nothing like that per se. I don't like fitting real tight on me.
Yeah.
I wear my clothes on me. I'm not sagging or nothing like that, but
Hmm.
you know, there's a speaking of that, working with doing what I do, like it's a way to carry yourself. Like I keep myself professional, dressed, but it's like these young stud women that come in and stuff like that. Like the young generations, they think it's okay to have their butt all the way out. Like at the end of the day, you're still a female. You're not gonna walk around here like, yeah, my younger days, I used to thought it was cool. I used to wear my clothes big actually and still wear a belt, but I didn't sag all the way down to the floor, like where
Right.
you can see my ass out and shit.
Right.
It's a way to carry yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, what about activities? Because I know a lot of people have been like gearing the fences of activities for the men activities and women activities has been like splurging with each other.
Activities has got crazy nowadays because they have some women football now.
Yeah.
And of course women like people used to hate watching women basketball now, but now it ain't got to the point where women is really taking over in the athletic world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like track and field, they're taking over in track and field, they're taking over in basketball, football. Like there's a lot of stuff that that people don't even understand. Like as far as that, and I just recently found out about like some kickball league and all that stuff. Like so shout out to the athletic women out there. That's doing the thing.
Woo woo.
As far as men, like it's a lot of men coming out in all these sports, and they're making it very, very acceptable. Sometimes, some people don't still accept the fact, and it's making it very uncomfortable for them to be
Mm-hmm.
in the league.
Yeah.
But shit, they made it.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of men are now in spas now, and they're getting their nails done, they're getting groomed, they're doing a lot of activities that
Oh
females
yeah,
do
they're
too
getting
now. So
groomed. They're getting groomed,
yeah,
like seriously groomed. But that's not even that because
manscaping.
you can be a heterosexual man and want to keep up with yourself. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Right.
And that's a good thing because it's rare to see a clean man. So a woman will automatically identify him as gay just because he want to keep himself clean.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily true. I had a friend that dated a guy that went to the nail salon with her. And she didn't think nothing was bad of it. She thought it was the beautifulest thing ever. Her
Mm.
and Nikki can go get their feet and their nails done and stuff. She didn't get color. She just got herself cleaned up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And why do they make it a big deal? When they made the nail salon, they didn't make it just for bitches. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then niggas in there doing bitches' nails, so why can't niggas get their nails done? I mean,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Then y'all don't say nothing about goddamn. Not the guys that's doing y'all nails, so. Is he gay because he doing your nails? He got this whole wife right there. They got a whole family. That's what people don't understand. Like sticking together.
yeah, yeah,
A husband and wife owning a nail shop, and he's doing nails too.
yeah, because they got to
She's
get their
not
money.
mad that he rubbing his steak ass corn.
What?
She happy. Nigga, get that money.
Get their money. Oh, no, I can't
She
say
not
that,
in the
y'all.
back of her head
Forgive me.
calling
Forgive
him
me.
gay
But okay,
because he
so
do nails better than her. He got an idea. He's very artistic. Why can't it be that?
we gonna move to the fifth question, which is also once again talking about the men versus women when it comes to privacy and punishments.
Privacy. I mean, y'all got to come to Nashville, where I'm currently working at. Because there's no privacy at this one club that I go to. They restroom actually has a boy and a girl on it, so we are openly to go anywhere. And that's a club for straight, gay, bi, whatever you want to
Yeah,
identify yourself
yeah,
as.
yeah. They
Everybody
call
be
them
in the
bisexual
bathroom.
clubs or
It
something like
doesn't
that.
matter.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's really out open to the public. Like
And
it's
they
a good
let
vibe
men
though.
and women go in the
I mean,
bathroom
had a lot
together.
of men in there
Yeah.
that say the same thing. They would prefer to go there because
I lost you a little bit.
I had to ignore it. So,
Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah. And then I mean, just when I remember I went to a female's bathroom, like, finally, I was like, they got a fucking couch in this motherfucker. So I'm like, since since when do they put
Yeah,
couches
it's
in the
different, you
bathroom?
know. Like, but you know, me personally, when I go out to clubs and stuff like that, like if the female, because females have a tendency to use the restroom more than men.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess this is just my perspective of men because I just felt like they need to drink more water. They piss is a lot stronger than women. Like as
Mm-hmm.
soon as you hit the door, you just smell nothing but pee.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's peeing all over the walls, on the floor, all on the that's just nasty for me. And so I would never go in another man's restroom. I would wait in that line with the rest of the females.
Yeah. 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 Somebody's like, "Oh, female restrooms are cleaner than men." I said, "Yeah, but don't get it twisted though, because there's some nasty
But
female
doggy,
restrooms."
you got you some nasty bitches out here now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause that's not always that. Female restrooms do be clean, but then you got some nasty females that do crazy stuff. The nastiest thing I ever seen, somebody stuck a whole pad on the wall.
That's
I
so
was like, man, what's
disgusting.
going on, man? What you got going on?
That is nasty
And
and
when I
disgusting.
see stuff like that, I instantly just hold my breath. I don't want to smell that.
Oh my goodness.
And
No.
then,
Okay. So let's move on to the punishments. So how do you feel about punishments?
what did you say?
I said, how do you feel like the punishments versus man versus woman?
Oh, the punishments, I still feel like they're not fair because a recent situation where a female can just automatically scream rape and they're going to side with her immediately. But men can also be victims of rape too. So if a man screams rape, they're going to think he's being weak. And
Yeah.
that's not the case.
Yeah.
So I feel like, they still got some working on to do with that because it's not necessarily true that, that the punishment for men and women ratio is way different, way different.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, women are
Like
thirsty
a
as
man can
hell,
commit a
and
crime,
they
the
definitely
same
do
crime
it.
a woman commit, but he would give a bigger sentence than the woman would.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then that he's a man, and they feel like men should know better, but that's not the case.
Right. Everybody should know better if that's the case.
But as I said, it's a human thing, a human nature thing. Everybody should know better,
Yeah.
not just men and women. That's what you can identify man versus women. Me personally, I feel like everybody was born a woman.
And I feel like everybody was
You
born a
came
woman
from a woman, so look, you came from a woman, so you was a woman until you
until you
found
came
out that
out.
you wanted to be
Yep.
a boy.
Until your
Dang
thing came out. I mean, technically, they do say before everybody's a girl before they're
That's what
anything.
puberty
So.
is. That's like puberty in the womb. That's why it take a minute for the doctor to find out your sex.
Something's wrong. Oh my God. Well, I thank you so much for being on here. I enjoyed you. I have laughed and stuff. And you said a lot of informational things for the people.
I'm gonna make it a lit situation. It ain't gonna just be a dog situation with me. It's many days. But
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
on back here.
this podcast has
Run
really
up
been
this
doing
check
good.
real quick.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to leave with the people and leave like where they can find you and stuff like that?
I mean, you can always find me on social media. Mystic North. Just Google Mystic North. I should pop up on all social media platforms on that. Only got Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook. Everything jump off of that. Like, I don't really care. If you ain't talk about money, it don't make sense.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. So I'll just hit her up on some money shit. I'm just like, yeah, my sister look good too, so don't be getting blowing up her shit. Women, don't be blowing up her shit. And then niggas, you definitely don't blow them up because she gonna cuss your ass out. Okay. So we ain't gonna do that. we ain't gonna do that. But I thank you for coming out. I love you. You have a good time at work, and I appreciate you for being on here.
I need some doing stuff and get some energy for these folks. Can't just walk in and
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is episode 3, where we're talking about men versus women. Have another male here to represent the men and talk on our behalf. So you can introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. This is James. I go by Samaj.
All right. Samaj is in the building. Samaj is in the building. Hold on. Let me turn this up just a little bit. Okay. So, first question that we have is. Oh, I'm sorry. Who do you think has the power?
I would say both have the power, but yeah, I would most definitely say both women and men has the power
Okay. What makes you say that?
because everybody's equal to their own set of power.
Mm-hmm.
So you have an alpha male and you have an alpha female. So both of them have their own special type of power and a special ability on how they have the most power.
Right. That's understandable. I can get with that. Okay, so let's move on. Do they truly want equal rights, men and women? Do men and women both equally want equal rights?
Yes, men and women do want equal rights coming to this part of the United States. Men and women do want to be equal. Yes.
Okay. Um, I mean, yeah, I do feel like they do also want equal rights as well because I mean, who doesn't want to be, equivalent? I just really do feel like, the borderline of what they think of equal rights might fluctuate amongst the men and the women. Do you think that as well?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
The way they think about what equal rights is and how equal rights is between men thinking about equal rights and women thinking about equal rights. Do you feel like it's the exact same thing that they're asking for?
Sometimes it depends. But as in trying to get as an equal, as in trying to have the same exact rules, yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. We can go on. So we're going to talk about the influences to the world that men and women have. We can start with the men. So what influences do men have on this world?
What influence do they have?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of, well, I have seen some influence and I have seen people that has not been influenced. But most people that I have met, they always talking about being a boss.
Mm-hmm.
So they have the mentality. It's just the lack of setting the goal and keeping the goal.
Okay. So you feel like the men is trending influence and like being a boss and
Yes, being a boss, pretty much having a place to stay on their 2 feet and pretty much having a set future for themselves, so they won't have to act or beg or
mm-hmm.
pretty much struggle. They want everything for their family.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that because I know a lot of men definitely install that you're supposed to have a house by a certain time and you gotta be structured. You gotta be able to pay all your bills. You gotta be doing this and
Right,
stuff like that. So yeah, I
right. And if
definitely
you can't do that, they don't want nothing else until they get that situation. So,
yeah. So what do you think about the woman's influence?
um, this is nothing against the ladies, but most ladies I have seen they are influenced to keep themselves together. If they're not together, they don't want to pretty much do anything. But I have actually seen females that are boss chicks, but they also still the same. They want to look right at everything. They some women, some, not all, some feel like they have to look a certain way to be heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you feel like the women's influence is more of you gotta look the part to play the part, basically.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, I can see that going around the whole border because I mean, these things are picked up on from men and women, and I know a lot of the new communities now pick up on a lot of the stuff that the women do and how they say and what they say is okay or the it factor and all stuff like that, and how you're supposed to look and what you're supposed to look like and all that good stuff. So, I mean, another way around, also the gay men, which are men, they
Yeah,
definitely show the women
the,
how to put
the
makeup on
same,
and be beat to the gods or whatever they say,
right. Like they gotta look the part before they go out and do anything to handle business or promote and all that other stuff. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Mm. Okay, so let's talk about the styles between men and women. So the styles versus the men's style versus the women's style.
Mm. Just in general, or
Mm-hmm.
like who has the best style?
Just in general, like we talk about both of them.
Well, I feel like men has more of the style is because nowadays, in this generation now, you are seeing a whole lot of male. They are literally designing stuff out of this world that most women don't really think about. Like a man know how to put a dress together and make it look very expensive, and it's not really expensive. Women, they have great fashion. They have fashion tips, but most of them get fashion tips from most men to figure out how what will pop and what already is there. But you have most women that already know, but they also need the man to create what they dream needs to look like.
Mm-hmm. Granting that there
But
are female designers out here, appreciate y'all for
yeah,
doing your
because
thing.
they do their things too. But like most stuff that I have seen, where most men they are literally being more comfortable in their skin, it's like it's out there. It's what most women that are doing um designing clothes is very it's nice. It's very boutique. Men they're more exotic. They're out there. They go to the extreme. I'm not saying most females don't go to the extreme, but most designs that you see like out of this world by men.
Mm, yeah, I mean, but I know a big population of men. A lot of men just usually stay with the basics with jeans, t-shirts, shorts, hoodies, and stuff like that. When it comes to women's fashion, they have so many different stuff. They got dresses, they got skirts, they have all this other stuff. So I mean, by just because of the category, they already kind of
Mm,
trump in the style. So I can see
right,
why men are trying to get more, creative with the shit that they're doing. Because I mean, nobody's trying to go buy the women clothes. You know what I'm saying? Even I
right,
know a lot of gay guys don't even like to wear women clothes, but they will get it because of a certain color that they need, or something like that.
right,
So I mean, I can see the creativity coming, but a lot of men design female clothes. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like
right.
those men who design female clothes only design female clothes, and they give them these females this best thing. And I wish that people would start actually like thinking about, well, okay, well, a man can look good in something like this if we just alter it to make it look
Yeah,
like it's for a man.
right. Most definitely.
Yeah. So I mean, but in that aspect, I give it to the women with the style because of the fact of how much of it they can do. You know what I'm saying? We have to create something to do something, and they can really just go to any store and get some shit, and you be like, God damn, So I mean, it's also about their personality and how you use it too. So
Yes, your personality shows. Well, you as a human being should not let your outfit wear you. Your personality has to wear it.
hmm so let's talk about the activities, male and female activities, male activities versus female activities, and who's gathering to them.
Um, Shit. Well, technically, it used to be a strict line on what men and women can do. Shit,
Yeah,
at this point, anybody can do anything now.
yeah.
Hell, you have a whole lot of men that's you have. Well, it's always been a thing, but you see more men on a cheerleading squad now because usually you will only see about what one, two, or three.
Oh yeah.
Then now you have dance teams, whereas men that start coming into that, and you have women that are going more into football. I even had a girl that played football, and nobody knows she was a girl until she took her helmet off.
Oh wow.
But I will say that in the women division, they're not mostly into football. They're most into softball
Mm,
and basketball and volleyball.
yeah. But they're also
That has,
into hiking. They're also into
yeah,
like climbing rocks now, and it's like there's a lot of
yeah.
women doing like a lot of stuff in the Olympics, and yeah, I mean, it
Most
definitely,
I'm talking about for like a big change.
yeah, yeah.
Like it's still for the women, it's still the same. That's like most of what women usually go to. Like you haven't heard like not one black female or white one, not one white female played football, came on top, or a good. Well, you might have heard it, but I'm talking about like in our generation. You might have heard it like
Yeah.
way back in the day, but like I'm talking about as of now, where it's popular, where you have about 10 girls
I mean,
on
it's
a
popular
football.
enough for the fact that they got their own league now. So
They they do.
yeah, they got a whole female football
Okay,
league.
flag football don't count.
But I mean, they have a whole football league for females.
Oh well, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah, they do. Yeah.
That is new to me. I did not know that. I'm not saying women can't do it. It's just not a natural thing you would hear on the radio or on
It
the
is
internet.
nothing that they. I don't know how to find it or where to find it at, and I don't even know what it's called. But I just know that I saw it and I was like, "What?" And then they wearing like these. They look like women. They got these little booty shorts on and the helmet, uniforms, and yeah,
See, booty shorts. It just has to be a look, right?
But I mean, you know what? At the end of the day, I feel like women have came to the realization that we have to give something to appeal sexually. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, honestly, if we talk about it, the activity of being a hoe is definitely a big thing now. And I mean, of course, it's been there and it's been the oldest job in the book. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, now it's more relevant. It's more of a thing now. So it's like, okay, we can be a hoe and then we can embrace being a hoe now, and we can embrace wearing these skimpy ass clothes and shit like that. And people won't look at us no more. So of course they incorporate that because they know that's going to get guys' attention. And dudes also provide money just as much as females do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah. I mean, so
It's all about the look, and it don't have to be about the look.
yeah, it doesn't have to be about the look, but I mean that's just how
It
world
is,
is.
but it
Yeah.
is.
So we're gonna go to this last question. It's about privacy and punishments. So when it comes to privacy, men versus women, who you feel like has the upper hand in that?
Men,
You feel like men? Why you feel like men?
because they be the main one asking for privacy in a long time, especially when there's like a lot of shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
But don't get me wrong, females they have their privacy in a long time, but that privacy in a long time is really going on a girl's trip. A man don't need a man's trip to be alone. They would literally build a man cave, lock their ass in there, and not show their face for a while.
Yeah, I mean, if you talk about like a personal privacy, maybe. Um, but in the day, females they have their own closets that you walk into with their own room for shoes. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot of things. Then they have, but when you're talking about like privacy, far as the world, women have better bathrooms than men. Everybody knows this.
No, they don't.
Women's bathrooms
No,
are better than
no, they
men
don't.
because they have a lot of accessibility to relax. You know what I'm saying, and be able to just chill out in the bathroom. Like they don't
I
give
get
the
that.
option to men. We don't never really
I
have
have
it.
seen it, and this is it's almost the same. Yes, they are clean. They are much cleaner than men,
I don't know
but
about
they
that
do
one.
not
I don't
have
know
that
about that
much
one.
discussion.
I don't know about that one because
Women bathrooms are much cleaner than
it
men.
depends on what. Because I remember I had to pee so bad I walked in the women's bathroom, but I also realized that they had a couch and a motherfucker and a big ass mirror that they didn't have a men's bathroom. But
See, I haven't seen that in a long time, and I seen that as when I was in school, middle school.
mm-hmm.
But other than that, at like an arena or a baseball field or just going out, I have not seen that.
See, I
I
haven't
might
been
seen it
in
at
that many women
clubs,
bathrooms, so I mean, when I went in there, that was like a shock to be like, "What the fuck? Y'all get a lounge in this motherfucker?" Like,
but then again, what male is gonna go in the bathroom and then sit there and just watch other niggas use the restroom? Ain't no
and
male
that's
gonna do
what I
that.
was saying too. I said, I mean, it's really more about the men. They definitely would be like thinking too much into it. But my whole thing is, you could turn the couch where nobody can't see you when you want to sit down. But motherfucker, I might want to go in there, motherfucker, and sit the fuck down. I might want to go in there and take a little nap or something. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that nigga, I'm not trying to do it out here. I'm not trying to do it out here where all these motherfuckers at. So I'm gonna do it up in here where I know that ain't nothing but niggas coming up in here. So I ain't gotta worry about nobody doing nothing stupid.
Well, just take your ass home at this
Yeah,
point.
I mean that is definitely a
But
choice.
if you want to say that as privacy, but again, that's like a women. That's that. Yeah, that's their privacy. But that's where like they go and gossip. A
Hmm.
man don't need to gossip.
But they do now.
They do. Don't get me wrong, but we're talking about
And I've
like
been in the
yeah.
men's bathroom a lot when niggas just be standing around. Hell, I'm pretty sure motherfuckers would love to have a couch.
Okay, well, okay, yeah, now, but when I was growing up, it was none of that. It was like, okay, use the restroom and then come right back out type shit.
Yeah. I
So
mean, I know they do have like a certain certain places do kind of provide a little bit more now. Like I love that they got the baby stuff in the men's bathroom now because they didn't have that at first, but now they do because dudes take care of their kids nowadays. It's not all men don't abandon their kids. Some dudes have to come into the bathroom with their children. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that they
Yeah,
finally had left that too. And then they came out with the family room, which is another good thing that they have now. It's a family room where you can go in
right.
with multiple kids and stuff and do what you
But
got to
the
do.
most thing they will literally give for a man in a man's bathroom is just literally the baby bed where you change their diapers. And the women, you got everything. You got the little pamper bib, you got the little wipes on the side with the cubby and all that other stuff. Men don't have those
See, I
things.
don't know about all that, but see, and my whole thing is, I just know that they added that into the men, and that's another thing. Like I'm saying, so they get way more of a privacy. But we're gonna move on to the punishment part of it because that's also like kind of the same. You know what I'm saying? Guys get punished way more than females. Like they get
Yes,
harsher
they
punishment.
do. I can actually say that men do get punished more than women. Because when it comes down to punishment, a female know how to work themselves out of it.
It's not even about working yourself out of it. Most people who uphold any type of punishment usually it goes off of if there was a man involved, what did the man do, and how the female
That's what
looks
I'm
or
saying.
how the female is reacting. You know what I'm saying? But if I feel like the only time females really get a type of even slate when it comes to punishment is if it's two females. Then they have like, okay, well, we're gonna get both of y'all, or but what's that? But they still even when they get locked up and the way when I seen the woman's jail and I seen how it's way even the women prison is not as hard as the men prison. You know what I'm saying? And my whole thing is they treat the men prison like animals, but they treat the women like they are just in prison. Like it doesn't click right to me.
Well, I don't actually know about that. I have never been to jail, so
Yeah.
I
I mean, I've been to
can't
jail. I ain't
really.
been to prison, but I do know people who have been to prison who explain to me, women and men, and the way that they explain to me, women definitely get the upper hand on this situation. Like they get upper hand when it comes to punishment around overall. Because even if you think about it, a woman does something wrong, she has the whole world to back her up. If a man did something wrong, he has the whole world against him.
Well, yeah, that is accurate. That is more accurate. Well, it also like you said, it depends how the man acts to it of being if he's being too offensive, not offensive, but too offensive to it, and it makes him look guilty. Where it comes to the point where she's doing the devil work and he's making himself look bad, but also he knows the truth. But when you try to put it to the public eye, you look at him, you just pretty much like, nah, you did something wrong type shit. And
Right.
when he really didn't do nothing wrong. But yes, that is definitely accurate.
Well, I would like to thank you for coming on and doing this. If you want to let everybody know where they can find you at, and if you want to give your last words to anybody.
Well, all of my stuff are pretty long, but also you can find me on Instagram. That is J underscore DA underscore dance underscore V's. Facebook is very simple. You can find me as Samaj Saint. That is spelled SEMAJ. Saint is spelled the same. Also, I would like to leave y'all with an encouragement. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and cannot do. Always keep your head up high. It's always going to be long days, long nights, but just know God got your side. You'll get through it. Just keep pushing.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that. Well, thank you so much for coming on here. You have a wonderful rest of your night, and I appreciate you.
Most definitely. I appreciate it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to We Are the United. We are here on episode 3. We're talking about men versus women. I have the pleasure to give y'all my cousin. I love her so much. She was able to do this podcast for me. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
What it do? You already know it's the one and only, the boss lady, Lady G. You already know. How
Yeah.
y'all doing? Let's get this going.
Yes. So I'm just going ahead and start with the first question, which is I gotta go back to it. Okay. The first question is, who do you think has the power?
Nobody but God. Right now, like who has the main power is God.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's all I can say for that right there, because that's who got the power. He runs it all.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we can deal with that. Okay, so Do they truly want equal rights? Is the second question.
I would say some probably do and some probably don't because some they value themselves more or feel like they're better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I can see that because
So like it's like half to half. Like it's some because you do have some that really truly understand equality,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's some that is just selfish
yeah, selfish and just trying to take over something, and
and for self. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's all about them. They don't care about nobody else.
yeah, yeah.
So
I know a lot of men that, some of them say yeah, some of them say hell no. You know what I'm saying? They don't want no female, having the equals. You know what I'm saying? But then I also know females who also is like, shit, I don't know why these bitches want these equal rights. Like they never gonna give it to us. You know what I'm saying? So it's both of that kind of balancing amongst both of them. I've seen with a lot, but I know on this podcast a lot of people have been saying something positive about the situation. So, I mean, it's more like, yeah, like how you're saying, like some other people don't, some people do. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really what we can conclude with that a lot is that a lot of people just don't really, really understand what actually they're asking for when they
exactly, it's not understanding things because some people don't understand. So of course of course they're gonna have a different outlook on, you know what I'm saying, on everything. It
yeah,
ain't just about, you know what I'm saying. And then that's another thing that comes back to being selfish.
yeah, yeah, not trying to take in
Just always
consideration.
just thinking about themselves and not thinking about as a whole, you know?
Right, right. Okay, all right. So now we can get to the fun part of that. We done got them two out the way. You know what I'm saying? Because them two is the ones that's like, okay. But okay, so the influence on the world. Can you explain what influence men has put on the world, or what influence women has put on this world?
And as far as influence, it's all different types and some the same. Like, women and men do, like business and have that type of thing that's within the same and, just life.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, can you explain a little bit more on the life
But
part?
repeat the question again, so.
Okay. Men and women. What influence has they put on the world?
So I would say it's different with everybody, but like I said, the same with some. It just depends on, who's more in tune with what's really going on.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I know, in my aspect of looking at with men, they have this trying to not care, and then you also have the gay men who have put an influence onto a lot of the world now, where it's like kind of open to be vulnerable and okay to your feelings and stuff like that. And then with women, I feel like with them it's definitely been a lot of more being looser and being okay with your promiscuousness and what I'm saying, just being whoever you are, what I'm saying. And that's been a big influence in my eyes to the situations.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody is different. You're gonna have some that people that truly understand the differences and the
Mm-hmm.
similarities.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So yeah, when you have that, or once they know that, or understand that, then I mean, the world would be a lot better too.
Yeah, it definitely
If
would. It would be more
people
equal.
could understand and then learn each other,
Yeah.
learn about the opposite sex, or learn.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing though. It's a lot of lack of trying to figure out the opposite sex now. I know everybody has their own little demographics of what they like now, but I feel like people miss out on the basics of what is. That's the reason why I did this episode of man versus woman. Not to say that men are going against women, but more so let's talk
Yeah,
about the
that's
issue.
the differences.
Yeah, let's talk about the issue that we are different, and this is different things that go on in our lives. You know what I'm saying? And speaking to the men, getting their aspect, and speaking to the women, it's definitely showing that on this podcast the differentness of everybody and all their opinions coming together. So I definitely I'm liking this.
Yeah, so because some men believe they are the ones with the power, and some women are some that think that they're the ones with the power. Like,
Yeah.
which I think is like kind of unfair because at the end of the day, like I said, if you want equality, you have to understand equality.
Right. Exactly.
And you have to be about
Yeah.
equality. You
Like
can't be
both of us
one
need to have the
sided.
power.
You can't be one
Yeah.
sided and
Right.
talk about equality
Right. Yeah.
when you really just talk about just just one specific person or
Yeah.
gender or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're gonna point a finger, point them at everything at one time. That's why I tell people about
Exactly.
equality. I know a lot of people have been talking to me about equality, and they've been trying to make it seem like being equal is like you do something and I'm supposed to be able to understand it. I said that's not equality. That's not nothing of what that is. Equality is if you do something, I do something, and it's the same. I said it's the same on both ends. Like that's equality. People don't realize that. So if you're asking for something equal, we both need to be met at the same level.
Yes, we're both equal and we're both able to do or say,
Yeah.
what I'm saying? The
Right.
same thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Exactly.
some men, they feel like they the only ones that can do certain things, and some women think they are the only ones that we the only ones that can do certain things. No, and that's
Yeah.
not true.
Right. Exactly. Okay, so we're going to talk about. I'm going to name out two different things, which is style and activities, and you're going to explain to me how they differ in the men and the women community, and how they also have been blending.
Styles, as far as like, what do you mean by
Like
styles?
all styles, like hair, clothes, makeup, shoes. Wherever. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. What were you asking about that though?
So, like the differences between male appearance, women appearance, and also how they're starting to blend.
Okay. Well, some go out their way to look, up to par,
Mm-hmm.
and some don't. They just like, hey, it is what it is. I am who I am. You like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the ones that, but that's just within self, though. I
Yeah.
just really think that's within self.
Yeah.
And then some people may, have different feelings or what I'm saying, emotions or whatever about how they feel about how the next person may think they look
Yeah.
or what I'm
Or how
saying,
they
their
dressing
appearance
and
and all that
stuff.
type of
Yeah, how
stuff.
they
So
carrying themselves. Yeah,
yeah, so it can go either way.
yeah,
So you just never know.
yeah. 'Cause I
It just
know
depends on
makeup was a
the
woman's
person.
thing. Now men are wearing makeup. Wigs was a
Yeah,
woman thing. Now
like
men are
what?
wearing wigs. You know what I'm
We
saying?
did not care about makeup. We didn't care about lashes, fake lashes,
Yeah,
none of that. Okay,
yeah.
now it's
It's a
like more of like I gotta have this. I gotta have
yeah.
that. I
Right,
have to have this. I
right.
have to have that in order to look a certain way.
Yeah,
In order to look like everybody else.
yeah. Basically,
Everybody
right.
wants to look the
Everybody wanted to look
same.
the same, basically,
Nobody wants to be different.
yeah,
Nobody wants to be
and
different.
I'm just sitting
Everybody
there
wants to
explaining
look
that
the same.
about the dudes. I'm like, all these dudes, they're looking the same. Like they talk shit about these gay dudes, but they all look the same now. Like you don't really know no more. All y'all dress alike. So I mean, only way you can tell is about a dude switching or not. Like for real. Like this is crazy. I was like, it's just a
Right. Baggy pants or skinny jeans. Wear a suit.
yeah.
Dress up casually, like
With their
with a,
ass
what I'm
out, and
saying?
they
Like put some
sometimes they booties be
khakis.
bigger than damn
Put some
bitches.
khakis on, not for a job interview, not for a job because you work there and that's what you gotta do. Throw on some khakis for a regular day.
Right? Yeah.
Look like a grown man for
Yeah.
a regular, like on a regular day, not
Yeah.
just for something specific.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Cause I know that a lot of people have been saying like women like booty too, but that I'm like, yeah, women. I don't think a lot of these women really be caring for these dudes, especially when they booty bigger than them and they just got it all out and with them skinny ass jeans on. Like, yeah, I don't know.
baby, like, I ain't gonna lie. If you got a shape, baby, you got a shape, and I like that. Just put it like that. Even if you don't, you
Right.
can be pretty, all that. It's just like I still would acknowledge you, and you're pretty. It don't matter. Like,
Yeah.
but if I see a girl or a lady with a fat booty, I'm not gonna be like, oh girl, your ass fat, just out the muscle. Like, oh my goodness, no. But I see it.
Right.
I mean,
I
it
see
looks
it.
great. But I'm not gonna just come out and just be like, oh my goodness, you know.
Right. And I
And
mean,
that's another thing that comes with men. They would definitely think like you don't know how to approach or you know what I'm saying with the opposite sex or even maybe the same sex. It don't matter.
yeah.
Like it's also how you know deliver yourself.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So, what about activities though? Man activities versus women activities, and how have they blended?
Oh, I would say that was always blended because I mean, women and men, we like that. We could do whatever. Like we
Right.
could play sports. We
Yeah.
can
Get our
like
nails
both can
done.
play
Get
sports.
go
Both
to the
do play
spa.
sports. So it's
Yeah.
just like it's still the same.
Yeah. Cause a
But
lot
to
of
me, I just feel like we're really all the same. We
yeah.
just have to understand that in
Right.
our own way. We
Exactly.
are all different, but we're still the same at the end of
Yeah,
the day.
right, exactly. Regardless of what counterparts we have, anything like we all have a mind and we're all human. And at the day, we all can climb a tree, just like we all can zip lines, just like we all can get our nails done, just like we can all get our feet done, just like we can go get it to
Exactly.
the spa.
We all do the same things, right?
Yeah,
But just a little different, man. That's it.
yeah, yeah.
But we all do the same thing.
Okay. And so for the last question, it's the same like the this one I just said, but it's talking about privacy and punishment, the differences between male and female. So we're gonna start with privacy. So what's the
You said
difference
privacy and what?
and punishments?
The difference
The difference
between
between
okay. With punishment, I would say I think men get punished more
hmm
this of them because of they're supposed to be this, you know,
macho.
this
Yeah.
masculine type of guy. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people do or may seem like, okay, since that was a guy, they deserve this worse than a woman, which is not true. If they
Yeah.
do the same, if they done did the same crime or did the same thing,
Right.
why can they be? Why is it not equal?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Like when men molest and abuse children, it's women that do that too. You
Yeah.
know, so it's just like
And
I don't know. And
people really don't say a lot about
I
that though.
think
If you're
more.
down, people really don't say a lot about that about women touching kids and stuff like that. And that is something that's really big
Yeah, they
though.
don't speak about it like that.
Well,
And
they'll kill a
shoot,
man.
they kind of like lately, what I've been seeing, they've been the main ones pursuing these little kids, having babies with the students, and just all miscellaneous things like relationships and all types of stuff,
Yeah,
sexual activities and all that type of stuff. Like these are kids, somebody that could possibly be yours, could have been yours,
yeah,
or the same thing could be happening to yours as well.
yeah, yeah,
But people don't really look into that like how they do with guys, with males.
yeah,
That's just how I look at it, like on with that.
yeah,
As far as privacy, nobody, don't nobody got no privacy. It don't matter.
yeah. I mean, technically, yeah,
Cause it's
nobody
gonna
does it.
be you gonna have somebody or something that want to be in your business and that want to know this or that want to know that. So yeah, I mean, you may have a little privacy. But at the end of the day, I really feel like at the end of the day, it don't matter if you just told that one person. The only way you gonna have some privacy if you don't tell nobody,
Yeah,
if you don't say nothing to nobody or
hmm
put everybody, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Inviting people everywhere you go, you won't ever have you. Yeah, that's the only way you'll have some privacy is
yeah,
when you doing stuff by yourself or when you're just with yourself. If
exactly.
you got somebody around you or you know any of that, it's a possibility that whatever was said or done is not private no more.
Right, exactly. Okay.
Look, it's social media, baby. It's
Okay, it's
social
social media.
media.
It's social with social media ain't no privacy at all. Okay, they ain't letting up,
I'm
boy.
trying to tell you,
You can't even look a little
everyone
type
knows
of way
now.
no more.
Everyone knows. But
Okay,
that one person knows, boy, you never know. Like,
man, that's
yeah.
crazy.
So yeah, I really feel like the only way you'll have privacy is if you doing something like stuff, keeping it to yourself and not telling nobody, showing nobody or whatever the case may be, just being to yourself, keeping to yourself. That's the only way
Yeah.
you're gonna have your privacy.
Yeah. Right. Well, I definitely thank you for coming on here and doing this podcast. You were so wonderful. Is there anything else you want to end off saying to the people?
Thank you for having me, and God bless everyone, men, women, bis, gays, all that. Just everybody. I love everybody. I don't have anything against anyone. Like because at the end of the day, like I said, that's just how I feel. We're all equal. Some may understand, some may not. But the love is real, and it was nice talking to you guys.
Yes. You want to give them somewhere where they can find you?
You can reach me on Instagram at Mrs. MISSES 6_O_S_S. On Instagram or what is it? Facebook. Oh no, on Facebook is G Queen. GEE Queen.
Okay.
Hit me up.
Yes, hit her up. Don't be getting on her damn nerves, y'all. Y'all see how pretty she is.
Yeah,
Don't be trying to
look,
blow
look, 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 look.
her.
I love you. Don't get on my nerves. I love you,
But
but
you
don't get
said
on
you
my
love
nerves.
me
Don't
now.
work my nerves.
You said you love me, so let me just.
Yes, I do. But understand, look, I'm a sad. I'm a sad. I'm just gonna put it like that. If you know a sad, or even if you haven't met sad, I am one.
Okay.
But I'm a November sad, not December.
Okay.
Just to throw it out there.
Okay. Well, thank you so
So
much
we
for
a little
doing this.
different.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to We Are the United, episode 3, Man versus Woman. Unfortunately, I couldn't have as many people on this one as all the other ones. It was difficulties with the conversation and due to time. But I want y'all to know that it still was great to have the people who I did have on here. The looks of it looks like the women overall had the favor of a lot of things, but it kind of leveled itself out for everybody to really be equal as we are trying to have everybody be equal. Men, I want y'all to know that y'all need to stay strong, stay hype, and try to love one another a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? We ain't always got to be mean, ain't always got to fight, ain't always got to be bad. You know what I'm saying? We can grow just like the women do. And women, keep up with y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? Stay bad, stay happy, stay loved. I want everybody to know that you can go on all these platforms and find us. Talk TV, which is TLKTV. You can hit me up if you want to be on the podcast. If you got any questions about anything, you can always email me at tlk.tvchannel@gmail.com. I also have Twitch, which is Talk TV. I have a Facebook page, which is TLKTV. We the United. You definitely can look out on that. Add messages. Also can hit me up on there. That's also where we do our live at. So be looking into the lives for that. This time I'll be streaming also on YouTube, also on Twitch, also on I forgot the other one, but it's another thing I'm being on. I'll post it once I figure it out. But I thank everybody for having this time. I didn't make this one 2 hours long, so I'm glad that everybody will be able to listen to it in one setting. And we're going to hold our hands and stay high and keep ourselves together. We are the United. Thank you so much.